Good Morning Night Vale is brought to you by The Disappearances of Lydia Fontaine, a new independently produced and crowdfunded 10-episode original audio drama. Set in a deceptively familiar world of electronic surveillance and machine-mediated communication, The Disappearances of Lydia Fontaine follows Lydia Ryan and her friends, lovelorn Ethan and wannabe internet sensation Dee, as they struggle to unravel the mystery of her mother's disappearance. Escape the sinister Fontaine family, and survive the feud over her grandfather's supernatural legacy. It weaves bitter family drama and high-stakes intrigue with fantasy and cyberpunk elements to create a surreal mystery about secrets and grudges, old books, big data, and the promise of infinite knowledge. And do not forget the talking birds. It's a full-cast production with original music and a bespoke soundscape presented through a series of found-footage-style surveillance recordings. And it's important to note, this show was made entirely without generative AI. Even the computers are voiced by human actors. Episodes are free, and you can start listening right now with the Season 1 finale due to come out on August 16th. For more information, go to lydiadisappears.com. and find The Disappearances of Lydia Fontaine wherever you get your podcasts and start listening from the beginning.
Insurance isn't one size fits all, and shopping for it shouldn't feel like squeezing into something that just doesn't fit. That's why drivers have enjoyed Progressive's Name Your Price tool for years. With the Name Your Price tool, you tell them what you want to pay, and they show you options that fit your budget. Enough hunting for discounts, trying to calculate rates, and tinkering with coverages. Maybe you're picking out your very first policy, or maybe you're just looking for something that works better for you and your family. Either way, they make it simple to see your options. No guesswork, no surprises. Ready to see how easy and fun shopping for car insurance can be? Visit Progressive.com and give the Name Your Price tool a try. Take the stress out of shopping and find coverage that fits your life, on your terms. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
It's not darkest before the dawn. It's actually darkest after all the stars have gone out.
It's very dark then.
Good morning, Night Vale. Hello, I'm Lublin, and I play Steve Carlsberg.
Symphony Sanders, and I play Tamika Flynn. Oh, that's good.
I'm Meg, and I'm a wild horses. They're my favorite kind. We're so sorry, everyone. We'd just like to start our show with an apology to all of you. But moments previous to this, Hal penned an original Weird Al Yankovic-style cover to the song Wild Horses about White Claws, the spiked seltzer that Symphony likes to enjoy on beach days and today.
'Cause I'm trash.
So, Hal, take it away.
Woo!
Okay, take it. Literally, take the guitar away, so we can.
Oh yeah, it's gone. It's gone. Sorry, I took it away. It's out.
So yeah, for those of you who have never listened to this podcast before, this is a podcast where cast members from the podcast Welcome to Night Vale get together to make parody songs about malt liquor. If only. We get together to talk about the podcast Welcome to Night Vale, about the stories about how this podcast got created, our insights, our thoughts, our background information that we have secretly squirreled away in our brains because we lived the making of this show, and we're here to share it with you.
That's right. And this episode is Antiques. The original description is, the antiques have escaped from the antique mall. Plus, a very scientific update from afar. New management at Strux Corp. And the return of Children's Fun Fact Science Corner. Let's talk about it.
Couldn't drag me away.
Classic.
Bartles and James.
Love.
Boone's Farm.
Boone's Farm, that's a classic, dude.
Bottle of Zima.
People still ice each other.
Mike's Hard Lemonade.
Oh my God. So you guys, bad news. Meg, I know you love antiques. Maybe this is.
And you do.
This is,
Me
I
too.
think, why I think this is a Joseph-driven episode, because you guys love antiques, specifically taxidermy.
We like weird old shit. I don't think we actually have anything. I think antiques, like the proper definition of antiques, is like it's 100 years old. I don't think I have anything that's like 100 years old.
I don't know.
That's broad. It's become broader than that. Now, like,
It's things that are even vintage. People are like, it's an antique, you know, like it could be from the 40s and people are still talking about it.
it could be a Ronald McDonald phone from 1982, and people will call it an antique.
I have an antique. I mean, if you could bring it on Antiques Roadshow, and some of that stuff isn't even that old, and then I feel like you can. What about that bear? Well, I don't know. I like your bear stool.
My barefoot stool, I purchased that new because I didn't want like someone else's old footstool because that's going to have like their foot crust on it.
Sure.
Yes.
So Joseph and I love antiques and old stuff. We like weird old stuff. We have a lot of taxidermy, but our rule about taxidermy is that it can't have the animal in question can't have been alive while we were alive. So we only buy taxidermy that's older than whatever age we are. And right now we're 33. So
Nice.
that's our bar.
My perfect dating age.
Yeah, your perfect dating age. We've
Interesting.
waited so long for me to get there. I need to finally be old enough.
I was grooming you the whole time. That's disgusting. Speaking of disgusting, Strax Corp. No, I'm just kidding. They're now owned by Erica. Well, Angels, but we can't talk about that. And things seem to be going kind of weird for them, right?
Yeah. Well, people are coming back, so it's kind of like the grip of Strex Corp and some of the damage it's done has loosened, and people are starting to come back. Janice Rio from down the street,
right,
was hurt in the condo situation, and then Lucy and Hannah Gutierrez, throwback.
I know, that's way back, and that and Cecil's like fiending for the ice cream.
Yeah, I'm ready for the ice cream. Why not? I mean, they're in the desert, right? Like, ice cream's got to be great.
You should have more than one ice cream shop. But, Strex came in and they took over everything. They were like running everybody out of town. But yeah, all sorts of stuff was happening and it was like really wild. We're reminded because of Janice Reno never to go into a condo. And I thought that was funny because I was like, I've been looking at buying a condo. So I'm like, oh, well, no one will ever come to my house. It's
I'll come visit you in your condo.
Yeah, I want to see your. I want to see your condo.
Yeah,
That's exciting.
I would love for you to have a condo. I just would love to
too.
come visit you in Chicago when we wouldn't have to work.
Yeah, we were not
just hang
working.
out.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Spend time just being friends instead of working. But like we're like right now, you mean? But this is a little bit of both. We get to be friends and we're working.
Yeah,
I feel like it's mostly hanging out. Like, that's what makes the working part fun, is that we're hanging out with one another.
the chemistry of the show is reliant upon our friendship.
Yeah.
Are we a work throuple?
Yeah.
You guys are like my work mates.
Right. Well, because how people say, I mean, I don't work at an office anymore because it kills my soul.
Mm-hmm.
Some people like it, but I don't. I've realized. But they have like a work wife, or work husband or whatever, or work spouse.
I'm Joseph's work wife, and I guess just his regular wife. but Joseph and I work from home, and right now we work in the same share an office. We're back to back. So
that's what I'm saying. I'm like because you guys are like the only people that we could be work polyamorous, I guess, because like you guys work with a bunch of other people. I mainly work by myself or with you guys.
Yeah, I have a number of work spouses.
Do you? Do they
I'm
bring
like
you stuff?
It's like big love because I've got you two. I have Mark.
Nice.
I've got Lindsay and Mike and Julian and Danielle over at Tights and Fights.
Nice.
Those are everybody.
Hal Lublin, a work polygamist.
Yeah. That's what happens when you have 900 jobs, when you're like the Haymon sketch on In Living Color.
Yeah.
And you have a bunch of stuff.
A bunch of jobs.
I'm blessed with a large professional family. I put it that way. And all the work juice, folks.
Yeah.
In this episode, we have, like, Cecil talks about, I consider Maureen kind of like his work wife because she's been around the longest, and he mentions that.
I feel like, yeah, Dana was his work wife for a bit, and then Dana moved on, and then Maureen came back into the mix.
And then she's kind of been around since then. There haven't really been too many we haven't had a lot of intern deaths, honestly.
Well, Joseph mentions that in the script book. He talks about in the intro. He's like, it was really fun at first to kill off the interns. Then he was worried that it was becoming a little bit hack. So he pumped the brakes on the killing of the interns.
Right.
Except for this episode. Well, Hector doesn't necessarily die as become something new, right?
And he goes out like a hero, bro.
Yeah, he saves Dana. He saves Cecil's work wife.
That's huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the other deaths were just sort of, I sent somebody to investigate something and they fell in a hole or got trapped here,
or drink juice.
Met a grisly end. This was an elected. He sacrificed himself.
Yeah. It did make me think of all the times, every time you watch a zombie movie and then somebody like pushes somebody out of the way and they get bit.
Yeah.
And then they have to die. Same thing. But yeah, he turns into something different. That is also potentially dangerous and almost gets Cecil in the end.
I love that. The audio work on that is so good.
So cool. And different, because we also rarely get anything post Cecil being like, and stay tuned for the sound of blah, blah, blah. Usually he's like, good night, Night Vale, good night. And then that's it. But you hear him, he's like, oh, I'm out. I made it, type thing. And I loved that.
Yeah.
And again, I love when they do like little breaks from the typical format or just something different. It's always really fun. Speaking of that, the Children's Fun Fact Science Corner comes back, and boy, is that gross.
It's real gross.
Because I'm not just imagining like a regular tongue. I'm just like imagining this is the beauty of audio, is that like, similar to reading something, you're letting your imagination kind of go with it. Thinking about, okay, you're sticking out your tongue. Did anybody stick out their tongue, by the way?
Yes.
Yes.
To see how far it would go.
Right, me too. Mine goes pretty far. I have a big tongue. We're all doing it now. Okay. Profile. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I think we all have I think we have average tongues.
I know,
weird
maybe
going on
average vocalist tongues, because our tongues get used more. It's like a better muscle. Did you know when you lose your teeth, your tongue gets longer because your teeth aren't there to restrict it?
Oh.
Ew.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
Where did you read that? What's going on? Where are you going? Where do you get that information?
I knew somebody back in the day who had, like, he was younger, but he had like denture. He had to have like all his teeth came out, and his tongue, he was like, my tongue got like, wasn't stopped by that ridge of your teeth, so it's like longer. That's why when you see old people eating, sometimes they do that thing where it's like, and it's like their tongue is like moving around in there. It's crazy. Your lips, and just think about like how much your lips have to go over your teeth, right? And around your teeth. Now imagine none of that was there.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, I don't want that.
This has been a startling thought experiment.
So when he was like, stick your tongue out no further, and then when he's like, oh, it gets to like a ridiculous, like, of course, nobody's tongue is that long. And that also led me to the thought of, did you guys ever watch the Friday the 13th movies, like Freddy?
I've watched the first two.
There were so many images of Freddy sticking his tongue like through the phone and like doing like licking people and stuff like that. But his tongue was like really long and stuff. I feel like there was a scene where Cecil would know this too, but like
Freddy had a long tongue. Yeah, Freddy had a weird long tongue. That's Nightmare on Elm Street. Yeah.
Oh yeah, not Friday the 13th. Thank you. Sorry, Nightmare on Elm Street. So yeah, Freddy had a long tongue and it was gross. So I was imagining that, like, it's a long tongue and it's just like going down the street and all this stuff, but it's still the size of a human tongue. It's not like, maybe it's a little bit engorged, but like wet and gross. So that was what went through my mind. Are we sufficiently grossed out?
Yeah, that's pretty gross. Do you want to talk about the long distance relationship and the developments there?
Yeah, that shit's gross too. Just kidding. It's nice, you schmoops.
Well, we talked about this a couple weeks ago, but now it's intensifying, this idea of like Carlos is definitely not coming back. And he's kind of disparaging of Night Vale.
Yeah.
Of like, you know how people in Night Vale are, that sort of inference. But also the thing he's actively looking for is a way to bring Cecil there, not a way to get back.
Right. Yeah, that people are friendlier over in the desert otherworld. And I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I was like really stressed in the last episode that like Carlos has been just like enamored with this new world and like almost Stockholm syndrome, because he's like, well, I'm here and blah, blah, blah. But he does like it. And I understand how it's interesting to him. But I'm also like, I'm always cheering for Night Vale in a way, you know?
Well, sure. Yeah, that's how we're conditioned. The whole show takes place in Night Vale. It's about Night Vale and the people of Night Vale. Right. So,
and I'm a Night Valian. I ain't no other worldian, other desert worldian.
Yeah. It's just like you realize at this point in their relationship, they're not really tied to one another outside of their mutual, they're in love with one another.
Yeah.
But there's no...
They live together, though. No, they live together at this point.
Right, but things can change. You can live with somebody and then ultimately at some point go, this isn't working for a variety of reasons. And it feels you've...
Yeah.
This is the first time their relationship has really been in jeopardy. And it's not because of Earl Hanlon or somebody in the other world. It's just, hey, are they...
Wait, who?
Earl Harlan, sorry. I said Earl Hanlon. I don't know why. It's not necessarily because of an outside factor.
Yeah.
You just look at it going, are they starting to grow apart?
I wonder if people felt really stressed out about this at the time, If they were like they're growing apart, like maybe they're not as in love as we had hoped. But like also people go through trying, your relationship can't be all puppy dogs and rainbows and schmoopy kisses and cuddles, right? You have to...
Yeah.
That's how you appreciate the other person, as you go through struggles, you compromise, you make things work. So, I mean, I don't see Cecil like giving up on this, obviously, but
right.
I don't know. I think he's trying to make the best of it.
Yeah, it's a test for both characters.
Yeah.
So, Meg, what do you think?
I'm definitely at the point where I'm done with this relationship. I feel like not with this relationship, but like I'm at the point where I'm done with them, with the struggle and watching them struggle through this. Like I want this to be over. I want them to be reunited. But I get what's happening. We really are just trying to beat out every aspect of a long distance relationship and what that looks like in this relationship and what that looks like in the world of Night Vale. But just like as a person who's invested in their happiness, I'm just like, oh, it's hard to watch people struggle in relationships when you're really rooting for them.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm also just the kind of person who like always wants people to be in relationships and happy. Like it's that like Yenta in me that like sees that like I need to see everyone settled. I can't stand that like there's a match that hasn't been made out there.
Matchmaker, make me a match. Find me a find, catch me a catch.
It just feels like a problem I have to solve, Like I just want to fix it.
Well, you can solve my problem anytime.
Yeah, we're gonna find you. We're gonna find you a person. We're gonna find a seat for that ass, and what a lucky seat it will be.
Yes,
that's right.
Speaking of people kind of winning, I mean,
yeah,
what's this contest that no one's won?
Imagining the right man.
Yeah, but like, I mean, is it just Carlos? Do you think that he's?
No, it's like he's dead. There's like he's dust and he's dead. Yeah. So I hope not.
I mean, this is a 6-year-long contest, practically.
But then he said it was wrong that you imagine him as dust.
But he says maybe he is dust. He says every possible physical form, location, condition that a man can be in. Perhaps this man has been dead so long he is dust. You are wrong to imagine him as dust.
I know. See, he just messes up the rules. That's why nobody understands. It's like trying to guess how many beans are in a jar and you've never seen the jar.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I also like that the prize is for imagining the right person is a giant box of pencils.
Yeah, gross. Like, imagine if someone had won in the beginning, they just would have gotten what, one pencil?
No, a giant box of them. I think
No,
you get
it's
you get
one
the
a
whole
week.
box.
No, it's
it's one a week. Oh,
And no
I
one's
see.
won.
Right. So it's just adding up the number of
It's
pencils.
been accumulating, so it's a bunch of friggin' pencils. I hope a teacher wins.
I would like a pencil that says I won a thing.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
That feels. Why is that not a piece of Night Vale merch? That feels like a piece of Night Vale merch that has not been made that would do really, really well. Because number one, let me make the pitch. Number one, it would be great. Like people, it's just a great reference to the show. Number two, the amount of fan art that is generated by the fans of the show. They love drawing implement. They're artists. This is a very big show in the art community. Why not give them an artistic tool with which to do their fan art?
Hard agree. And then also we have a lot of students among our listeners preparing to take tests. So they will need a number 2 pencil. Is that still a thing?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, did it have to do with the graphite?
Graphite, yeah.
Can someone who's a youth...
Well, was it still graphite? Because I thought that was like illegal to use.
Do people still take tests in pencils? Is standardized tests in pencils? Is that still a thing? Or do they all just do it like on their tablets now?
This is why I don't go to school.
Do you take the SAT on a tablet?
It's just a BuzzFeed quiz right now to get into college.
Yeah.
That's all you have to do.
I'm Zendaya. Sorry.
If only.
I looked at all 30 memes that will make you go aw, and now I'm going to answer a couple questions about it, and then I will go to Colgate.
Yeah. Then I will be nachos.
My favorite quizzes are the ones that are like, are you such and such native? And I'm like, I don't know why that amuses me. Like, It was like, are you a Chicago native? And you get your percentage. I'm like, these are pretty simple questions.
I get really tense taking those quizzes.
Do you really?
I am a native Philadelphian. That's who I am. That's where I belong. That is my tribe. I'm not a Los Angelino, even though I've lived here for 20 years. I don't want a random quiz written by strangers to tell me otherwise.
I always like to take is it this person will reveal the first letter of your soulmate's name. I'm like, let's see if they can get it right.
Oh, so you see it as like a real test of their...
You're testing them.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I am nachos.
Ew.
I like nachos, but do you know what food I like more?
What?
A calzone. But before we can eat a nice FanZone Calzone, which is coming up, that's where we hear from fans and friends of the podcast about their theories, thoughts, and questions. We're going to have a little conversation about this episode's weather, which was State of Mind by Stoy Snock.
He a snack.
I read his name as Stoge Snack.
Same.
Yes, you do. But I heard you pronounce it on the podcast. You said this week's weather was State of Mind by Stoy Snock. And I was like, really?
Probably was.
And then you were like, you can look him up online at STOJSNAK. And I thought, well, I certainly wouldn't have put that together. And I always get the ones that are tough to pronounce. And yet, this time I did my homework and I got it right.
You did it.
Stoy Snock.
Stoy Snock. And if I said it in the weather, then it's pronounced correctly. I get in trouble if I fuck that up.
Of course.
But I'm still going to call him a snack.
Yeah.
And it's a band. They are a band.
It's not a person. That looks like it would be a Swedish person's name. And I'd be like, do you like fika?
Into fika? They probably do. They're from Denmark, so they're Danes.
Oh, they're Danish. Okay.
Are you into
They are
Hamlet?
based. They're
Are you a
Legion
Hamlet?
to the Dane.
Yeah.
They are identify as screamer songwriters. They're a quartet. So it's a folk combination punk, which is seems like a Joseph Fink trap. And they're like, they're screaming folk music like they're early aughts emo kids, and it's great.
Okay, I was literally gonna say that, and I always am so nervous when I'm like, oh, this song made me feel like this or whatever. But I was like, this is emo. You know, emo's making a comeback these days.
Right.
It's folk punk.
That's fantastic. So do we have to have that hair that swoops across our bang?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then
And we
spiky
just,
up
like,
in the
shake-
back.
Yeah, you just like shake it back.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm on TikTok a lot these days.
Yeah, you're a real TikToker.
You know, the kids like the TikToks, Tic Tacs. as some people call them. A lot of people who are on there are 90s kids, and they're like, hey, remember this emo song? Remember Dashboard Confessional?
Oh, I do.
And all these things. And I'm like, why do I know all these things? And I was like, oh, right. I grew up with a bunch of white people.
Yeah. It is definitely some real white shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you know what? I'm not sad about it. I like a little Panic at the Disco.
Mm-hmm.
Occasionally, a
Sure.
Dashboard Confessional or two.
I recently just downloaded a bunch of Dashboard Confessional.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah, so I'm back in it, guys.
I watched Taylor Swift's documentary on Netflix, and Brandon Urie, is that his name, from Panic at the Disco, was in it briefly.
A Miss Americana or whatever.
I need to watch it.
I cried in the first 15 minutes watching her write music because I thought it was so beautiful to see the artistic process at work.
I've always had a sassy feeling about that person, but
A sassy feeling.
A sassy feeling about that person.
meaning Taylor.
About
Tay-Sway.
Voldemort? You don't want to say the name?
She's fine. But I don't know. I go back and forth because sometimes I'm like, are you really doing what you should be doing? And then I'm like, oh, I do like your bops. She makes a nice bop,
Yeah, and she writes her music.
which I appreciate. And she plays instruments, which I appreciate.
Yeah.
But, sometimes I find her disingenuous. But then there's also other nice things about her, like more wholesome things. I don't know.
Have you watched the documentary?
No, and I'm going to, but I feel like it's going to change my perspective on her. And it may or may not, or whatever. Or I might be like more angry. Who knows?
You will not walk out of it the same way you walk into it. Isn't that the goal?
I'm talking about this like Taylor Swift is my ex-best friend. And like, I don't want to talk about her.
Can
I don't know why.
Do you want to
I
squash
don't
the
know
beef
her.
right now? Or do you want to go into the
I ain't
FanZone
got no beef.
Calzone?
I'm a vegetarian, son.
But what about the calzone? Are you going to eat
Yeah,
that?
let's
We
do
should
it.
go to the calzone. I will first say, while we're still in the weather section, that
Yes.
this weather came to us by means of weather submission.
Get out of here.
Yep. And is a total fucking bop. And Joseph and I still listen to it at least once a
Hell
week.
yes, Stoy
Yeah.
Snack.
Story Stock. And they're still out there making music. Like they released an album last year. So if you're into music and that sounds like this, you should go listen to more of them. Or if you're
Keep that
Danish,
screamo
Yeah.
alive, son.
Stoy Snock, y'all.
if you're a Dane, go see the Stoy Snock, which might mean something cute in Danish or not.
Actually, quick little aside. John Bernstein, Dispersion, as some of you might know him, and I have made a habit out of when we're somewhere and we have a little bit of time, we like to go and see live music. So we're actually going to be in Denmark. I don't think we have time, but if I could see some Stoy Snack, I would totally go see them because I thought this was very fun.
Yes.
So that's what I have to say about that.
There you go.
Stay right there. Good Morning Night Vale will return after a brief break.
Now, as we move into the calzone, it feels a little hot and cheesy in here. Don't you think? And Mama's hungry. Let's take our first bite from Dave. Dave writes, "Hello, Hal, Symphony, and Meg. Episode 59 Antiques always stood out to me, especially early on in my days in the fandom. I always got this episode confused with episode 3, Station Management, due to the ending. They both end similarly, with Cecil trapped in the studio and being hunted by that respective episode's namesake. And after professionally signing off his broadcast first, hauling ass for the door to escape before the credits. The only difference is that here we get Cecil exclaiming that he has indeed made it. But early on, like I said, I got confused and thought that was the end of episode 3. Anyway, that's just my thoughts on the episode. Thanks for all you do, guys, both on Welcome to and Good Morning Night Vale. Dave." Thanks, Dave. Oh, wait, there's more.
There's a postscript.
I like this postscript a lot.
Speaking of credits, I was always curious what exactly was/is the relation between Welcome to Night Vale and Commonplace Books, and what happened to them. I was never sure of the specifics. Actually, Commonplace Books still exists.
Very much so. It is the company that signs all of our paychecks, is Commonplace Books.
That's who I get a W-2 for, or 1099 or whatever from.
So Night Vale is a production of Commonplace Books.
Commonplace Books is a company that Joseph started when he started making books. So there's a couple books that Joseph has put together as an editor: The Untold Story, Ideas of H.P. Lovecraft, and What It Means to Be a Grown-Up, which were compilation books. So he started that, and that was the Commonplace Books company. And then when Welcome to Night Vale became a thing, we just ran it through the same company because it's, not easy to be an LLC, and it's not easy to be an LLC twice. So Commonplace Books is just Welcome to Night Vale. And then Welcome to Night Vale, when we started our podcast network, I think it was 2015 when we became properly a network, when we started having other shows on our channel besides Welcome to Night Vale. Maybe it was 2016.
15 or 16, yeah. That sounds
so
right.
that's when we properly became a podcast network and became Night Vale Presents. So yeah, Commonplace Books is just it's
the parent company.
It's our business name. Yeah, it still exists. It's the same thing. It just
It's like Nabisco.
goes by different names. It's got a DBA now.
Well, it's sort of like if there's like agro foods you have not heard of, but you've heard of, like Nabisco, which is a company owned by them, which may have a lot of things under its shingle, but ultimately it all runs through a parent company, and that's what Commonplace Books is. And that's in those early episodes, you hear those books plugged in every single one. So that's there you go. That's like a full story. I love that.
Yeah.
It's a whole story of how we got here. All right. Next up from Isaac. Isaac writes, Dear Hal, Symphony, and Meg. Okay, so what if Night Vale is an experiment city, like The Truman Show, but more undercover? The government has decided to see how a city would turn out with harsh governments, rules, and strange supernatural tendencies, with at first changing the names of animals, for example, antiques, with strange contradicting rules. Night Vale isn't the only place like this, but also Desert Bluffs. Desert Bluffs was the first test run, but went feral after all of the blood. This would also explain why new people, aka new volunteers to play a part, are attacked and unwanted. Maybe Carlos was scripted to fall in love with Cecil. This is in parentheses. I just ruined my favorite ship. Steve Carlsberg is self-aware and has found out that these things are all aroused, and Cecil are all a ruse, and Cecil was unknowingly programmed to prevent Steve from interfering with the experiment. With sincerity, Isaac. Interesting theory, Isaac. Interesting. I like where your brain is going.
I think the best part of this,
I feel aroused.
I feel aroused, and it's probably not a ruse. That's arousing me.
My favorite part of this is that Steve Carlsberg is somehow the star of The Truman Show, where he becomes self-aware. And I'm going to immediately get into a rowboat, and it's going to hit a wall. And then I will go up some steps in the sky and laugh when I look through the door.
Before you start reading the next one, Hal, I will say that a couple episodes back, it feels like forever ago, but we asked people to write in to explain hard science things to us, and brain freeze is one of the things that we asked to explain to us.
Good.
So.
I actually know how to pronounce this too. This is very exciting. This is fuck FanZone. This is the science corner. This is our science corner.
Children's Fun Fact
Good
Science
morning,
Corner.
science
Yep.
corner. James writes, Hi, Meg, Symphony, and Hal. I've been a huge fan of Welcome to Night Vale since 2014, and I'm low-key obsessed with all of the other Night Vale Presents podcasts, too. In my day job, I'm a pediatric neurosurgeon. Read, sciencey science person. So when I heard
That's
Good
hot.
Morning, the University of What It Is, I wanted to write in about why brain freeze happens. Yes. Wash, port. Come on, science me, daddy. Basically, when something really cold hits the roof of your mouth, the sphenopalatine ganglion, SPG, is stimulated. That is a bundle of sensory nerves that's part of the trigeminal nerve, which provides sensation to the face. When the SPG is stimulated by cold, it triggers blood vessel constriction and then dilation, narrowing and then widening of the blood vessels in the palate. When the blood vessels dilate, the sudden increase in blood flow is interpreted as pain in the forehead because of activation of the trigeminal nerve. The cool part is that when you press your tongue against the roof of your mouth, you're basically distracting the trigeminal nerve with a different sensation, so your brain forgets about the pain signal. The same reason that rubbing your elbow makes it feel better when you hit your funny bone, your ulnar nerve. Anyway, I don't know if anyone is actually even reading this, but I never pass up the opportunity to nerd out. Thanks for the many hours of entertainment y'all provide. I hope to catch another live show soon. Best, James. James, I don't know where you are. But I hope you come to a live show that I attend,
Please.
And I would like to meet you. I would like to buy you a cookie somewhere because that is fantastic. And please, all the time, every time, please write in with more science stuff because that was so great.
That's so interesting.
You and Poop Lady.
Oh, they're two favorites.
My are both my heroes. You are on my route, my Mount Rushmore of people. Please reach out. Let us know where you are so that we can meet you. Because that is what I want more than anything in this world. I don't ask for much. Dear Lord, I don't ask for a lot. But let me meet James and buy him a cookie and hear more science stuff. Because that's what I need in my life.
I think you should buy him something that can cause brain freeze.
I'm going to get you, come to Philadelphia, come to the Philadelphia show if you're nearby, and I will get you a water ice.
Oh.
And you can eat it so fast, and then we can do it together. We'll both eat one fast.
Oh, if we could all do brain freeze with James, I think that would be dope.
And then test it out, and then go, okay, I'm putting my tongue on the roof of my mouth. Is it working?
You know what? I do the tongue on the roof of the mouth thing, but I didn't know that it was distracting your brain. That's very interesting. I thought it was like warming up, like where it had been cold, and then it just shot up to your brain. But I'm a dumb non-science person, so
yeah. By the way, being a pediatric neurosurgeon,
dope.
Good Lord, sir!
Dope.
Thank you for being a gift to society. My goodness.
I don't even know if you're cute, but I want to smooch you.
Look, we're going to get that cookie. We're going to put ice cream all over it. How's that?
Friendly.
Ooh, like a chipwich or an It's-It if you're on the West Coast.
It's it? Who out here calls it that?
They're a different thing.
Oh, such a smack. Anyway, yeah, come out here. We'll go to Diddy Reese. Have you been to Diddy Reese yet, Meg?
No.
All right, we're going to go to Diddy Reese. We're
Right
going to find
now.
time. We'll go to
Right
Diddy
now.
Reese. Let's go to Diddy Reese right now.
Let's go.
There's a line. It's by UCLA. It's great. Anyway, thank you all. To everybody who wrote in, and all of you, even if you didn't get your feedback, your question, your thoughts read, keep sending it in. We love to hear from you. You never know when you're going to appear on an episode. Coming up next, in just 2 weeks, is Good Morning Water Failure. We'll be talking about water failure. That's next time. For now, when the show is over, you've got 2 weeks to become a supporter on Patreon. That's patreon.com/Good Morning Night Vale. Support the art that you love. Until next time, Good Morning Night Vale. Good morning.
Good Morning Night Vale is a Night Vale Presents production. It is hosted by Symphony Sanders, Hal Lublin, and Meg Bashwiner. It was edited by Grant Stewart and mixed by Vincent Cacchione. It is produced by Meg Bashwiner. Theme music by Disparition. Special thanks to our fans who submitted their thoughts this week. And special thanks to Joseph Fink, who engineered this credit recording session. Leave us a voicemail at 929-277-2050 or email us at info@goodmorningnightVale.com to share your theories and ask questions, or to pitch us your idea for a reality show about bees. This show is powered by our patrons like Nathan Philippin, Marianne Limoncelli, Kathleen Sweet, Julie Clays, and Joshua Hall. If you are interested in supporting this show in exchange for lots of exclusive, fun, hyper-cool kid internet content, check us out at patreon.com/goodmorningnightVale. For more information on this show, go to goodmorningnightVale.com and follow us on Facebook and on Twitter at Night Vale Chat. Special thanks to Christy Gressman, Jeffrey Craner, Joseph Fink, and Adam Cecil. Today's adverb is again. I'm watching Jackass again. This time I made Symphony watch it with me. She only gagged one time. Times are tough, but Jackass is good, and it's better with friends.